Hey ladies, it's Tamika TTC. It is cycle 18, cycle day 3, and I am on my way to the RV's office. I am late. The time is now 11:02. I'm supposed to be, my appointment is for 11 o'clock. I'm so very late. Trying to get my workout in this morning. What can I say? I mean, it's not so I can be lighter on the scale, but just because if I don't get it in the morning, I'm not gonna get it in. I'm just not. So I was just trying to get it in, and I wanted to get the full 30 minutes in, and it just made me late. So this is where we are. Oh goodness, I'm out of breath because I'm like just out of the shower and on my way, and my upped dose of blood pressure medicine is making me a little dizzy in the shower, and it could have just been the come down from jumping off the treadmill and heading into the shower. Although I did do a little cool down, I didn't do the whole 5 minutes. But I think I'm not on birth control anymore, so the dose that she gave me, I think, was due to the birth control being in my system. So this dosage might be a little too much. But well, maybe my body is just having to adjust to a lower pressure. But I was fine for a while. I took the medicine before the workout. I figured by the time I got through the workout, it would be kicking in. Usually I work out long before it was time, but I worked out late. I was up early, trying to get some work done on my day off. Trying to get some work done. Then fell back asleep, woke up late. Was trying to get some more work done. This is why I need time off. It's my day off and I still can't make this appointment on time. It's crazy. But I don't know. A lot of people at work depend on me, and maybe a little bit too much. You know, even when I don't feel my best, one of the project managers told me the other day, thank you for being on top of all my projects. And I was like, am I? She said, more than other people. And I'm just like, she said, you may not feel like you're on top of it, but you are. And I'm just like, if I am, it ain't to my standard. So I guess I'm hard on myself. All this stress that I'm under, I know that I place all the stress on myself, and I don't know how to not place the stress on myself, because I expect more of myself. I always have. Even when I've tried to be an underachiever, I just didn't like how it felt. So it's just not, it's not a part of my being to not do my very best. And being on this journey, being exhausted, being on hormones, being stressed out, trying to lose weight, it's all taking a toll over time. And usually when I go through stuff outside of work, it doesn't affect work. But I think this is going on so long that it finally started to bleed over into work. So I just I gotta find a way to balance it out. I have to find a way to balance it out, because this is no way to live. And it's certainly not going to do me any good while pregnant. But I think if I was pregnant, that would take a lot of stress, this kind of stress, off me. I think I'd have another kind of stress, and that would be the stress of still trying to keep my numbers down. My glucose was great this morning, 103. That was even with being up a block of time in the middle of the night. So my blood pressure was okay. This morning when I took it, I was already overdue for my meds. But I took it again after the workout. It certainly come down, but I think it was like on its way down. So I rushed out. I forgot to put moisturizer on my face. So now I have like dry patches and I feel them on my face. And I don't have like any lotion or anything in here. But I am going to use, believe it or not, I'm going to use my lip balm as a moisturizer right now because it doesn't have any flavor or anything. It's just mostly almond oil. But my face is so dry. Like I'm changing shades right now. I don't know that y'all can see it, but this might be too thick. I might end up with a breakout behind this, but I can't be out here like this, okay? Okay. That is so much better. Alright. I have to put the moisturizer on. Okay. Alright. The rest of me is just gonna be ashy and dry. But yeah, you know, I'm just trying to work my way through it. Just trying to work my way through it, you know. But things are improving, and then I'm off the birth control. You know, the weight is coming down. My weight was really good. I was 38.0 this morning. That's like 4.4 pounds since Monday. Hopefully this weight will continue to drop, and I'll have a good number at stats of time on Monday from over the weekend. But I have to stop putting so much pressure on myself to not to be perfect, because I don't think I strive for perfection, but I think I don't handle failure well, you know. And I think at work, you know, a lot of people depend on me. The whole team comes to me and asks me questions, you know, things that they can easily like look up, but because it's like in my head, it's like, oh, I'll ask Tamika right quick, she'll know, you know. And it sort of throws me off from what I'm doing. So now it's like at the point where I have to ignore people when they used to message me. And I feel bad, but the thing about it is, if I ignore them long enough, they ask somebody else, or they figure it out. You know? But I just need time to woosah. You know? I need time to woosah. And today being my first day of my first official vacation day all year is the beginning of it. So I officially gave up the time that I requested around Thanksgiving. I've officially given that time up. And taking an extra day. I've taken I already had November 9th off. I've now taken November 12th off, so that would be a 4-day weekend. I'm hoping the RE will agree with me, maybe let me go on my natural cycle and do this transfer a week sooner than we originally planned, and that would fall perfectly in with those 4 days off. Then I'll come back the next week, work, support the customer through that weekend. It'll be a short week the next week. Then it's Thanksgiving, and then that's a 5-day weekend because I'll have the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the Monday, Tuesday off. So I'll have that, and then the other 4 days make sure, I don't know, I'm a little crazy, make sure I didn't drive past my turn. The other 4 days I asked for in December, so basically I'm off like the last half of December. But I mean, if I can't get Thanksgiving, that's where it goes, you know. That's where it goes. I'm out last 2 weeks of the year, and I'm fine with that, you know, as long as I'm not throwing vacation away. And I'm still managing to take 5 days into next year. So that's the benefit there. I am officially like 15 minutes late. So late. Hopefully he'll still see me, but I'm gonna get out of my way. Everybody and their grandma that wants to be on their leisurely today is getting in front of me. But I'm here. I'm here. Oh, Jesus. Alright. I didn't tell y'all somebody broke into my car. Well, not really broke in. I'll tell y'all that story when I get back. See you in a bit. Hey ladies, I'm back. To not hold you in any suspense, a week or so ago, I came out my house to go to, actually it was not this past Thursday, but the Thursday before. My acupuncturist had a yoga class for beginners and anxiety, stress. So I signed up for that class. You all know I work from home, so my car doesn't move very often. I came out to go to that class. It's the first time since the day before, and I noticed that my driver's side door was ajar a little bit, like it wasn't closed all the way. Now, I don't usually lock my doors to my car because I feel like if somebody wants to get into my car, they're going to get in it, and I'd rather they just open the door than break the window, right? And I'm at the top of the cul-de-sac. I'm off the street, so like to get to my car, you have to be very intentional. I'm like literally 3 car lengths off the street. So I noticed that my door was a little open, like it just wasn't closed all the way. And then when I looked, I saw, you know how you keep receipts under the console? All of that was like pulled out. So I said somebody's rifled through my car. Now, I don't keep anything in the car. There's nothing in here to steal. There's no money. You know, some people keep $20 in the visor. Just to, if they need gas or something like that. I don't. I'm not a cash carrier. I don't keep cash in the car. The only cash I keep in the car change, loose change from, say, going through the drive-thru or whatever. It's in like the door. That's it. They didn't even take that. So, you know, there was nothing to steal. Like, I've had my car broken into before in life. This car specifically has probably been rifled through only since I've been here in Florida and since I've been living at the house. So I would say in almost 11 years of living at my house, my car has been rifled through maybe 3 or 4 times, including this time. There's never anything to steal, so they pretty much sit in here, rifle through all my stuff to get nothing. So it doesn't upset me because nothing is stolen, but it upsets me because it's like somebody went through my stuff, you know. So at any rate, that day was as good a time as any for me to go to yoga for stress relief and anxiety. So there's that story. All right, so what's happened at my appointment? Got off to a bad start. You already know I was late. That wasn't a problem. I get there and the receptionist tells me it'll be $250 for today. And I'm looking at her like, that don't sound like a copay, right? So then she says, she hands me this paper and she says, well, this is what it's going to cost for your transfer. I said, oh, no. This paper says that my transfer is going to cost me $2,500. And not including meds. And I'm like, oh no, my insurance will cover this. And she's like, oh no, it says here that you don't have coverage. You called them? You talked to them on the phone? Yeah, they're idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. I definitely have coverage. So no. Okay, well, we'll figure this out. I said, listen, you talk to them on the phone. They can't see all that they need to see. And they say that I don't have coverage, when in fact I do. So here's the thing. Submit the pre-authorization anyway. Okay? Just do me that favor. Submit the pre-authorization anyway. Now, this receptionist is fairly new. She wasn't here for the last insurance debacle. So I'm like, okay, great. This is all I need right before they're about to take my blood pressure, right? So I'm like, So I'm like, okay. Then I realized when they called me back. So we get through that. I paid the $250. Whatever. I'll probably end up with a credit on my account. That's fine. I got quite a few more visits over here. So that's fine. Alright, so I'm just waiting to be seen. There's a new nurse. Well, what happened to the other nurse? Oh God. Like, come on, Dr. Gomez. Like, it's like you have a revolving door of staff here. Like, why is it you cannot keep staff on board? What is going on? So this girl looks very young. She calls me back. She puts the blood pressure cuff on very loosely. When it fills up, it literally unvelcros, and she has to take it off, push all the air out, and then take it again. So I'm already miffed about the money thing on the way in. And the machine must need to be calibrated or something, because my blood pressure was fine, but it was alarming because my pulse rate was 125. Or at least so it thought. Now, mind you, I got a Fitbit on here that's taking continuous heart rate on me. That machine is saying 125. My Fitbit is saying 69, 79, or something like that. So, you getting your picture taken, boss. People crossing the line, about to run red lights. So, I'm just like, right. So, it was alarming, but because my pulse rate was high, I guess. But according to my Fitbit, right after, while the alarm was going off, I was nowhere near 125. So I don't know what that machine is saying. The doctor wasn't concerned enough about it for him to take it manually. So he's perfectly fine. Oh, and I forgot to tell him that I got a new blood pressure medicine. So I forgot to tell him that. I'm probably gonna have to. I'll see him again. It doesn't matter. But I'll let him know. Anyway. So then she comes in and so she brings me in the room and she sits me down. So what are you here for? Wait, what? What? How does the receptionist know what I'm here for, but you don't? Okay. So now I'm miffed about this. And then she goes, I said, well, this should be a baseline for an embryo transfer. Oh, okay, so when was your last period? I said, today is cycle day 3. So Wednesday would be the first day. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm like, so I'm not like getting up on the table or nothing. And she's like, oh, well, I'm just gonna go ask right quick. I'll be back. Okay. And she comes back in the room and she's like, so when your cycle started on Wednesday, did your full flow start like in the morning or in the afternoon or evening? It was morning. I was spotting the 2 days prior to that. It was definitely morning. Okay. Alright. Then she comes back, okay, so you're definitely getting an ultrasound, blah blah blah. I'm like, girl, is this your first day? What the hell? I'm like, what in the world is going on here? So I'm just like, this is not helping my blood pressure. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. So I was sitting there for a while. And then the doctor finally comes in. He's like, good morning. How's it going? I'm like, it's going. And he's like, all right, well, let's see what's happening. And I was like, look here. We got to get this pre-auth going because they thinking I'm cash out this piece. And I'm not. Oh, well... we're gonna talk about that. So let's get through this first. Okay. So he does the ultrasound. Everything looks great. He says my uterus looks great. My lining is like 3 millimeters right now. My ovaries are clean. They've got a couple of follicles in them, but they're small. They're really small. So, everything looks great. So, everything looks great. Everything is good to go. I let him know that I no longer have to travel the week of November 5th. And he was like, perfect. That works for me. Come on, bus. Seriously? I didn't even know where the bus is supposed to be pulled over. So, anyway. This guy must be late for work. He off the bus and running. It is too hot out here for all of that. He must be late for work or something. Because he ain't running for the bus. He just got off it. Alright. I'm so easily distracted. So, so he does all that, and then I tell him I don't have to travel. And so, he says, well, that's perfect. That works for him because he's going to be in the middle of an IVF cycle that week. And so I said, well, do you think we should do a natural FET or still a medicated FET? And he said, well, considering that we did the ERA test, I was receptive naturally. He wants to do a natural FET. Alright, fine. He's fighting me on like the hours after my surge. He wants to try to hit like day 6 after the surge. When you do the test, they want you to hit the 160 hour mark, somewhere around there. But which is 7 days. And he's just like, oh, well, we don't know when your surge starts. I mean, 160 hours could be at midnight. We're not going to do that. And I'm like, listen, it's 160-ish hours. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, obviously, it's not going to be, you know, weird. Let's just try to get as close to 160 hours as we possibly can. What's wrong with that? Anyway, so yeah, so basically it's going to be a natural FET. That's good, because if I can avoid more hormones, that would be great. Kind of wish I knew this earlier, then I would have never been on that birth control for 4 weeks. I would have just let a couple cycles go, you know. But that's fine. It is what it is. Maybe that was the bump I needed to get the extra blood pressure meds, which seem to be working out for me right now. So, so yeah. So we got that straightened out, and my natural cycle falls right in that week of November 5th, right now. So if as long as I ovulate somewhere around cycle day 14, my transfer will be somewhere around the week of November 5th, which is actually a week earlier. That actually works out great, because as I was mentioning in the previous video, I got this customer that wants to go live the end of the week of the 12th, and so all of that was going to be in the way. So now, if I get the transfer done the week before, I'm now available for the whole go live weekend. I don't need any coverage. You know, I have to work, and I already said earlier in this video that I pushed the vacation time that I requested off to other time. So I will get I should be getting my transfer done the week of November 5th, somewhere between the 7th and the end of that week. I asked for the Friday off and the Monday off, so that's a 4-day weekend for me, so that gives me some time to kind of de-stress. That also means I'm a week short on what I have left of my goals, so like my weight loss goal, as well as getting stuff done around my house. So you know, it is what it is, but I think my team meeting in Chicago being canceled was a blessing in disguise in order to make this happen for me. So now I have a whole lot less stress about the week of the 12th, especially now that we're going to rock with my natural cycle, which should be cool for things happening either towards the end of that week or at least early the week of the 12th, which would still put me in a good spot. So everything is good there. So I'm off the table. I'm sorry, this video was just so long and I'm just being long-winded. I apologize, but I'm just trying to get all the information out, and I'm exhausted because it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I have not eaten at all today. So what am I saying? So I'm off the table, I get dressed, he comes back in, and he's just like, oh, well, see, it's a very sensitive situation about like what's paying. He's like, I don't believe that I should have to work for free. And I'm like, I don't think you should have to work for free either. So what that got to do with you putting in my pre-authorization? Well, they haven't paid for the first retrieval yet, right? But they paid for the second one. So either way, you got paid for a retrieval that you shouldn't have been paid for. So you got paid for the first one. I don't know if they're going to come back and pay for the first one or not, but you got paid. So what's your problem? Like, I don't understand why you're dragging your feet on the pre-auth. Oh, well, she called, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, she called, and the people on the phone said I didn't have any coverage, which is no different than how it's been happening from the very beginning. Like, that shouldn't be a surprise. What is a surprise is that there isn't a note in my file that says to not pay attention, that I definitely have coverage, at least for this year. It's not like the year is turned over. I don't have any new insurance. There should be a note in my file that says ignore what the people say on the phone and submit the pre-authorization. just submit it. You know they are. United Healthcare is a problem. So why not just do what needs to be done? Submit the pre-auth and just get the approval. Because the approval is not a promise to pay. We know that very well. Right? So if the approval is not a promise to pay, get the approval. So at the very least, if they don't pay, I can fight it, get reimbursed, or whatever the case may be. Like, you're hurting me not submitting a pre-auth. Like, I need you to submit a pre-auth. Like, can we do that? You know, either way, like, I don't understand why you're worried about this money here. You know what I'm saying? I know you've had some bad experience in the past. You told me, oh, the women get pregnant and then insurance doesn't pay, and then the woman wipes her hands, she got what she wants. I'm not going to do you like that. I'm going to fight tooth and nail for you. But the fact of the matter is, you're hurting me not submitting a pre-auth. So I need you to submit a pre-auth. Can you do that? Thanks. So, there. And for all those who missed the live, my karyotype test came back. All my chromosomes are normal. So, there's nothing wrong with my chromosomes. That test took about almost like 4 weeks for the results to come back. If you missed my live, in the live, I mentioned that the karyotype test came back completely normal. Nothing wrong with my chromosomes, no translocations or anything like that. Everything's good. So, there. I'm sorry, ladies. I know it's been long. I've not been the most entertaining today, but that's because I didn't get the best night's sleep. This is supposed to be my day off. I ended up working early this morning and going into this appointment with all this extra drama has not put me in the best of moods. So I'm having to woosah a little bit and figure it out. Alright, so that's what's going on here. I will keep you posted. The next steps here is just to monitor my ovulation, let the doctor know when I surge, and then we're off to the races to do an FET. So I'm not going to be on any meds. There's no estradiol to take. There's no progesterone and oil to take because we're going on my natural cycle. There will likely be some progesterone maybe after the fact. But, and I'll ask him if he's going to supplement my progesterone after the transfer at all. If he wants me to take progesterone and oil, you know, maybe a couple days after transfer or something like that. But he was very pushy about not wanting to get as close to 160 hours. So that's something I'm going to have to work myself. He kind of wants to go 6 days, but that's not how we did the test. You know, the test was done at the 162 hour mark. I need you to get somewhere close to that. You know, so if I need to finagle, you know, in order to make that happen, then that's what I'm going to do. So, at any rate, because I'm going to be counting hours if he's not counting hours. Because the last thing I want them to do is put that embryo in me before time. Like, and screw this up. I don't want him to do that. I don't want to go by hours. Whatever, dude. You don't want to go by hours, that's fine. But, you know. Anyway. He did say I do have to go back to Melbourne. So that's an hour away. Logistically, that's going to be a little difficult getting my acupuncture in before and after transfer. But I should be able to take the day for a medical procedure, and it should be fine. It should be fine. So, alright. So I'm in the line. at Chick-fil-A. I know I'm doing so good, but I need to feed my soul right now. So I'm just gonna have a little cheat meal, and then I'll work it out. It should be good the rest of the day and this weekend. But right now, I just need to feed the soul. Alright, so thanks ladies for hanging out. I know this video was a little long, but I just wanted to get you all the information. Maybe I can cut out some of the rambling earlier in this video so that it's not so long. I don't know, but either way, thanks for hanging out with me today and at this appointment, and cheering for me and rooting for me, because it's been a long road to get to FET. I'm just glad that he's not like looking at my blood pressure and deciding, no, this isn't going to work. So far so good. And we're gonna see about making this work. All right ladies, sticky baby, that's all those TTC.